Oh! Oh, are we on? Oh, shit.
Your mom's on.
We're on.
Your mom's on.
Are we on? I can't tell. My mom is on. That's great. Are we on?
What matters.
Is my mother on?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes, we're on.
Oh. Hi! Welcome to Rebel Base Podcast. I'm Catrina.
And I'm Sarah the Rebel, and I'm on.
And we're on like Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong.
What up, everybody? If you're just now tuning in, well, lucky you. We've just begun. And today, we're going to talk about some shit, which is pretty cool.
Hello, Piper's twin, Yellow Sanchez, Dennis UD 2000.
Hi, Dad.
Is that your dad?
That's my dad.
Hi, Katrina's dad. We're hetero life partners. So we have a bunch of interesting stuff to talk about today, mostly focused on comics and post-E3 wrap-up stuff.
Yes.
One day I'll learn to put my app on the same page, and then it won't be as much trouble to switch between my notes and the Twitch app.
And this is why you get a Samsung Galaxy Tab.
Your mom. Oh, I almost.
She also does not have a Samsung Galaxy. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to ask my father, but no. Dad, does she have a Galaxy Tab? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Stop talking to You stop using the podcast to communicate with your father. Call him like an adult.
You do it on the podcast.
Anyway,
it's unprofessional.
I just got my loot crate, and I have this sweet MLG bands. We're going to talk about MLG as well. So in case you're new here, the Rebel Base Podcast is where Katrina and I talk about video games, comics, nerdy things, and with a feminist liberal slant because we're crazy cat ladies.
Dirty.
Dirty?
But not dirty cat ladies. We shower.
I'm pretty.
We shower.
So first we're going to talk about post-E3 stuff.
Yes. E3. Do you remember most of that?
Yes, I do.
remember.
I had some great times dancing. Oh wait, that wasn't E3. That was the E3 parties.
Hey! E3 was great.
Yes, I actually quite enjoyed myself. I did a full wrap-up on Nerdy But Flirty about my favorite indie games and my favorite non-indie games. We're eating worms today instead of drinking alcohol because that went poorly last time.
Yeah, no, definitely not drinking alcohol right now. Not on Twitch.
God FR you?
I'm going to what?
Your dad's talking crazy.
Oh, my dad, chill out. Be quiet, Dad.
Oh, damn it.
I love you. Bye.
Is my Twitch saying that we're playing Destiny instead of that we're on the Rebel Base Podcast?
I'm changing it.
Oh, thank you, Aaron.
I'm about
Aaron,
to
the
say,
tech guy. Yeah.
Aaron should also just be feeding us, like, chat.
Yeah. So, my post-E3 thoughts are, honestly, it's about something that happened today. And I'm just going to dive right into it because it happened today and it's fresh in my mind. Folks at Sunset Overdrive posted a really great video about their post-E3 stuff. My buddy Brandon, who hosts the show, because we're totally like that, except we're not.
We're best friends.
We're best friends. No, my dear friend Brandon, who is not my best friend, she is.
Your face, Brandon.
He hosts Sunset TV, and today's report happened to do with character creation and customization. And they totally took this huge jab at Ubisoft by making a female assassin. Super easy. You could probably do it in an hour. Character customization is like super broad. All the clothes are gender neutral. So as he said in the video, if you want to be a dude in a skirt, you can be a dude in a skirt. Just be yourself. Which is what's really cool about Sunset Overdrive outside of the whole, like, it's completely wild and strange and probably going to be a really fun game. I got to demo it a little bit and it was a lot of fun to play. Really fast paced. It's like, oh, go on. No, sorry.
I love the developers that are taking jabs at Ubisoft. Like BioWare in their demo during E3 were like, and you can play as any gender, any race, any character. Like they like emphasize it, like whichever gender you want to be.
That Naughty Dog developer.
People.
Mm-hmm. That Naughty Dog developer was
yeah.
like, that takes about a day or two.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It was really cool. Like I loved how like I brought that up, and then I had like that one friend that was like, but wait, let me play the devil's advocate.
And you're like, put on your fedora first.
So
we're so coordinated.
We really are. We're on it today. We haven't been on it for like 3 whole podcasts, so
yeah. The camera's jerky today?
Is it jerky?
What's jerky about it? Explain yourself.
I would like beef jerky. Does it look jerky?
Stop distracting him.
Mmm.
It doesn't look jerky to me. Maybe because I keep reaching for...
Is that...
No.
Is that, no?
It doesn't jerk for me when
Is
I...
it... Oh, maybe when... Oh, and I hit my foot. You can't eat that.
You're not my mom.
If somebody starts paying for this podcast, Sarah will eat that worm that just hit the floor and my foot.
Send us $50. I'll eat it right now. You think I'm joking? That's almost a game.
But yeah, Indiecade at E3 was super swell. I didn't get to really spend a lot of time there because I kind of spent maybe an hour at E3 because I started a new job. We'll talk about that later. But I really liked a lot of the games that were on this year. Like, I love how Indiecade is just it just continues to grow bigger. Are we still shaking? Are you having a seizure?
They're saying that the stream is stopping and starting.
Oh.
Is your phone on Wi-Fi?
It's not on Vibrate.
No, I mean
No, it's not on Wi-Fi either.
Sorry guys, we're gonna try to deal with this technical difficulty.
Sorry, technical difficulties. I would distract you with a cat, but neither of these cats will let me pick them up. So.
Akeem is yes, Aaron, did you have any notes on our stream quality? Can you think of a reason why it would be doing this?
I'm not seeing it jump up and down. It seems fine to me. We're going to get a lower bit rate just to be safe.
Ah.
But yeah, if you're seeing it stutter, maybe change your bit rate, change it from high to medium or whatever. But also, it's noted that you have Jared as your guest on your stream.
You're not my boss. You guys are all not my boss.
Oh, and by the way, Catrina on YouTube is actually with a 0 in the O. Just a heads up.
I swear.
It's been wrong for like the last 2 podcasts.
Your mom's wrong for a podcast. Guys, we gotta
stop saying about my mom. My dad's in the chat. You can't talk crap on my mom.
Your dad and I go way back. He's fine with it. Look, guys, you know
they've known each other since they were kids.
You know how I'm gonna solve this problem?
What?
I'm gonna randomly delete things until they're the right thing.
Okay, well, in the meantime, we'll talk about E3. It was really fun.
I wanted to talk about E3 too.
Well, I'll give him my thoughts about E3.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't have a lot of thoughts about E3. I wasn't at it nearly as much as you were.
I'm being funny.
Are you being funny? Yeah, Sarah's being funny, guys. So my thoughts. My thoughts on E3. As I said, I was not there very much because I was starting a new job. But Indiecade was monumental. I'm excited for the Culver City Indiecade. I forget when that
real
is.
Indiecade.
Real Indiecade. Hopefully
it's in October.
October. Oh my God, October's gonna be so busy. So yeah, the real Indiecade is in October. If any of the games that were previewed like this year at E3 or any indication, we've got a really great lineup coming in October. And what else really hit hard? Again, Arkham Knight. I wanted to see more of that simply because I'm like a big bat nerd. If you really,
she's a bat nerd.
No.
Are you
worried? Right. I don't know. They can't. Ah.
No, Zelda.
Oh. No. So I'm excited about that. I'm sad it got delayed, but you know what? I would rather have games that are delayed rather than churned out every year and continuously like being the same crap. Because when you delay things, it just means the developers are working harder and don't think that it's good enough for you yet. That's right. The developers are thinking about you. Think about them.
Think about them.
Except for the Ubisoft developers.
Fuck those guys. I'm just kidding. No fun. They're very nice people.
They're really nice. I'm sure. I met like a couple of them. They're very nice. They're probably not the same people who commented on these, but you know, yeah.
So for me, like I said, I talked about it a lot in my article, but most of the games that I liked were all sequels, which made me a little sad. You know, like I'm just liking like basically the equivalent of liking Halo 15 in my eyes, but I was not on board with Dragon Age.
Really?
Until I saw the demo. I was like tentatively looking forward to it, but I still wasn't going to pre-order. Until I sat through that demo, I sat in the front row. I was like smacking Akeem's leg the whole time. They're going to break our hearts, guys. They're going to take your beating heart. They're going to rip it out of your chest. It's so good. It looks like Skyrim, but better. There are animals running around. You can kill bears, but be careful. Then you've just disrupted all the bears in the ecosystem. I'm not going to kill any bears. You know me. I'm like, I fought the animals.
If I see y'all going around poaching bears, this is going to be a big problem.
And we're going to fight.
Go to fight.
So yes,
Dragon Age activism.
% Dragon Age Activision. Sorry, we went far left field with that one. So looking forward to that. I actually also another game that surprised me because I was like Sims 4. Okay, I don't need Sims 4. I have Sims 3. I have about 14 more expansions that I haven't even touched.
She does.
Like there's an future one. There's one where you're on the moon. There's one where there's dragons and flying spaceships. Like. There's a lot. So I'm like, I don't need Sims 4. And then they showed me the demo for Sims 4, and I was like, oh, yes. I need Sims 4. And I'm like, damn it, Sarah. What's really funny, first of all, I'm sitting in there, and they're like, yeah, our new gallery is really easy to use. You just click, one click, you press the gallery button while you're in-game, and all these Sims and houses and rooms pop up, and you simply click them, boom, they're in the game. No more multi-step process. But as they're scrolling down to pick a Sim to bring into the world to demonstrate how easy it is, I look at a Sim and I frown. I'm like, that looks like Felicia Day. And I squint, and her name was Felicia Sim. And I was like, that's my boss. My boss came here. And then later on I saw on like her Instagram.
Oh yeah, her video.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
yeah.
That was Felicia, and I spotted her, and this is really awkward. I hope they don't bring her into this world. But no, they brought the girl next to me into the world, and it was also awkward because they didn't give her the same body shape she has in real life. It was a little weird. But it looks so much simpler, seamless. Like, they've taken everything about The Sims, and they've just said, why do we still do this way? And they basically just streamlined everything, and that's why I want it. Titanfall, I played the Mark for Death DLC, and that shit's terrifying. I actually got to speak to the guy who does the sound in the game, the head sound designer. He's really dope. If you're watching, you're awesome. And he was talking about, what thoughts went into his choices for the sounds when you're marked for death, because it is alarming. Like, you're just hearing this noise, like warning type noise, but it's not saying warning, and you're just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm about to die. So that was very exciting and fun. Another mode, to spice up Titanfall. There's nothing wrong with that. I didn't get to go to the indie booth as much as I wanted because I was so busy, but I did get myself on the cover of a Madden game.
I was so jealous. Everyone got those nice Madden covers.
We thought there was this huge long line. Now you just had to sign away your life for a truck. It was nothing. It was totally worth it.
Okay.
What else did I play? I played a bunch of indie games, though, even though I wasn't at IndieCade's booth. But if you want to see more from the IndieCade booth, me and Omar, Two Broke Geeks, go to their channel. They have a video with Amy Dallin and Mitch Hutz where they play a bunch of the games and talk about them and show trailers. So they have the full comprehensive rundown. But yeah, oh wait, I see some questions. Let me make sure people aren't asking. Girl, don't even fry.
It just floats around here.
I love the
in our professional
I
scene.
love the 2 Batman Arkham games I played, but Batman himself, I want to play the new Dragon Age, but I doubt I will as I'm playing ESO all the time. I agree. That's how I feel about ESO. It's like I'm paying for it. I need to play the crap out of this. Bovice, don't be telling people about the animals I killed. And you can't hashtag expose properly. Look at this shit. Exposed.
Wow.
I don't want a storyline for my Sims because you know what? My Sims have their own storyline. We got the baby mama Shenzi. She got 13 children from different daddies. And, she moved out there trying to get a job as an actress. She ended up sleeping with her boss, the director. Moved to his house one day, and they slept together. She woke up in the morning, there was an angry lady in the house, so she tried to make her feel better. Angry old lady with some pancakes. Katrina, this is a very important story. Angry old lady with some pancakes. So I was like, I'm going to fix this lady's anger. I'm going to make her some breakfast. And she was still very angry at me. I'm like, why is this old lady mad? Come to find out, eventually when I got me and him hooked up to get married, that old lady was his lover.
Oh my.
Sims could never write a story as awesome as that story ended up being. Because then I married him, I made his old lover move into my old penthouse, and I moved into a mansion. And we had a child, but he ended up being overweight and unhappy all the time. So I married him off to some girl, and then I kicked my husband out, and I kept the mansion. And I moved my lover in, and we got married and had like 25 babies. The Sims. That's where your dreams come true.
I don't want any babies. It sounds like a nightmare to me.
Well, I don't have to take care of the babies. My Sim does.
I know. So, what else we wanted to talk about? Really quick before we get to the subject of the week, Big reveal, like last week from the DC universe. There are at least like 7 movies lined up for the next 4 years from DC. They are finally kind of getting their chops together and trying to catch up with where Marvel is right now, which is pretty much at the beginning of Phase 3. And DC's gonna go for whatever the heck one they're going. They're calling it Slot 1, something 1. So we've got the Flash and Green Lantern. They're gonna team up. We got the Shazam movie.
Shazam!
Batman vs Superman. Man of Steel 2, which is now a separate movie from Batman vs Superman. Man of Steel 2 is coming out 2018. Batman vs Superman comes out 2016. And also, Wonder Woman is getting a standalone title. We have been yelling and screaming. It is about damn time. We've been yelling and screaming, and Wonder Woman is getting her own movie. But the way DC is going about it is very, very confusing because they're going to make Batman vs. Superman, and then Justice League, and then Wonder Woman. So if they don't make her, like, sensationally interesting in the first 2 movies that she's in, her movie's probably going to bomb. Right. And that's a really big concern for me because, I mean, this might be, like, DC's excuse to go, like, oh, well, see female superheroes cannot hold their own movie. Yeah. And that is just, I don't know. I hope that that's not where we're going. I hope that, like, we can continue to do more, and I really hope that Marvel kind of, like, shoots back at that and goes, well, not only do we have a Black Widow movie, but now we have a Captain Marvel movie.
That would be awesome.
I don't know where. Yeah, she's rumored for Age of Ultron, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she's rumored to make a cameo, so...
That's exciting.
Fingers crossed. Yes. Fingers crossed for Miss Marvel, because Carol Core must go on. And then, with that, we've had a lot of, like, cast announcements. I mean, we got Cyborg a little while ago, and the big one that everyone is, you know, rumored over is Jason Momoa.
Hey, Jason.
As Aquaman.
Because, of course, you're watching right now.
My best friend, Jason Momoa. Khal Drogo, guys, as Aquaman. We are taking the conventional blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tall, white guy Aquaman and putting Khal Drogo in there, and I'm actually okay with it. I mean, I'm down with, like an Islander or a Pacific Islander or anybody from, like, an island or Hawaii or the ocean being Aquaman. Because I think of, like, a dude who hangs out, like, at sea all the time, and I'm like, that guy's got to have a tan.
So I actually watched the Jimmy Kimmel segment where Jason Momoa came on, and he basically, Jimmy tried to get him to admit that he had been confirmed for Aquaman, and he did not very gracefully dodge the question. Like, he didn't turn it down. So I'm like, this is probably very close to happening. They're probably arguing a contract or something like that. But it's probably very likely that it's going to happen. But my actual favorite part of that whole thing, you know, I'm watching to try and get the scoop, is they switch and they start talking about his wife, Lisa Bonet. And he's talking about how he used to watch the Cosbys when he was little, and he used to sit in front of the TV when he was a little kid, and he was like, Mama, I want that one. And then, so that was already cute. And then Jimmy was like, yeah, I said that too, and I didn't get her. Adorable.
Which I'm sure made Jimmy Kimmel's wife feel fantastic.
I'm sure Jimmy Kimmel's wife knows that her husband is joking.
I'm sure she's a great sport.
And plus, if he wasn't joking, Jason Momoa would, like, break him in half.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm friends with Dante Bosco, the voice of Zuko, who's like Rufio and stuff like that, and he said that whenever he hangs out with Jason Momoa likes to pick him up like a little baby, because Dante Bosco's really little, so he likes to just pick him up, and he's like, woo to him, and he's like, no, stop, put me down, I hate you.
Really... that mental image is amazing.
Yeah, that mental image, I was like, I need to go to the restroom, I'll be right back. Just kidding, no, it's funny.
Made her need to pee.
I have to pee.
Yeah, pee, totally.
So yeah, I'm very excited. If he's really Aquaman, I would love that. Like
100% behind it.
Like Katrina said, not just because he's super hot, but because it would be cool to have an Islander be the water guy. And those tattoos, oh man, if they could just add a few more.
You're gonna put that off.
No,
like the
they need to just cover him up in like tribal tattoos. Like this ain't your mama's Aquaman. Write that down.
This is not your grandma's Aquaman.
This ain't your grandma's Aquaman.
This is the Aquaman your grandma wanted.
She just didn't know. RepressedGrandmas.com. Can we grab that Tumblr?
I feel like that's a porn site, Sarah.
Fine. Everybody thinks all my sites are porn sites. Nerdy but flirty. What's that? A hookup site? No, it rhymed. It rhymed. Oh, me and my failings.
It's okay.
Before I move on to MLG, were there any other DC movies or news, comic news?
Blah, blah, blah. So they did talk about today. There's a rumor that there is going to be another Batman flick, but that's not until 2019. What else happened? Simon Pegg came out and ranted about like why Ant-Man's gonna suck because Edgar Wright isn't writing it anymore. What else? There was one. Oh, and Rosario Dawson is probably gonna be Elektra. She was just announced to be cast in Daredevil. Yeah, and like the character description is just like they don't want to admit who she is, but I'm just like she's gonna be Elektra.
That's dope.
Yeah, and she's already up for, she's in Sin City, that's coming out soon with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I guess other people are in it too. But yeah, and Hellboy's in it, of course. So, yeah, that's comic book movie news. Before we get to our main subject.
And before we get to our main subject, MLG is this weekend.
Bam.
If you haven't heard of it, it's an esports organization. It's one of the longest running esports organizations. And they're going to be playing games like Call of Duty Ghosts. Killer Instinct is making its grand appearance. Super Smash Brothers Melee will be there.
Hot damn.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of fun games going on. StarCraft 2. I will be there covering the news and, of course, trying to find all of the female players and asking questions. I went to EVO last year, which is a different esports competition, more focused on fighting games in particular. And I interviewed all these different women who played, including one trans woman. And so I was like, oh, there's even more going on here that I even know. You know, you have a lot of stereotypes in your head about who plays video games, who plays what kind of video game. And they just had so many interesting stories from all different perspectives from, I really sucked. I hated that I was worse than the guys, so I fought so hard. And I was like, I will never be defeated by another guy, and that's why I do this too. Oh yeah, you know, I was really nervous, and because I wasn't that good, and I was worried they're gonna be upset that I'm a girl. But then the guys were all like, "No, you're one of us," and you know, I'm not the best out there, but it's, you know, I try and I work, and to like all these different stories, people getting picked on, and people just fighting back and deciding they were gonna become like the champion of whatever fighting game is their favorite game. It was very inspiring. Lost my entire notebook a week after coming back. So I wrote none of that down and recorded none of it and had nobody's name, couldn't follow up with anyone. It was one of my biggest sorrows of last year. So I'm hoping at MLG I can get some really cool stuff. I'm going to be talking to Mrs. Violence while I'm there. She already said it's cool. We'll have an interview. It's going to be very exciting. Okay, now we can move on if you'd like.
So I guess our main subject is...
I got sugar all over this iPad. Guys, don't eat worms and do a podcast.
We're going to keep eating worms. So our main subject is co-op games. And if you guys would like to join the conversation, you can, of course, comment in the chat. But because we want more people watching this podcast, you should hit up the Rebel Base pod hashtag on Twitter, which is hashtag Rebel Base, and link us and give us your thoughts on this, which is how co-op has changed over the years. I guess my opening thought would be like everything these days is very it's very online, like, which is not a bad thing.
Everything the light touches is online.
What about the dark space?
That is Reddit. You must never go there.
Must never go there. But yes, you know, I've noticed like the big shift where all co-op and like multiplayer is now online, and it kind of sucks when you bring people over to your house and it's just like, well, what do you guys want to play together? I don't know. I guess we could play Halo. I mean, the original Halo, where we could actually be in the same room.
Yeah, like my choices are like, okay, Little Big Planet, Borderlands,
Guacamelee. Never bad, yeah.
A fighting game.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about Rhythm of Fighter soon.
I mean, there's so few choices, and I actually asked Catrina if she wanted to talk about this as our topic for the week, because, you know, I'm at E3 and I'm seeing, oh, awesome, cooperative, being able to play together, blah, blah, blah. But almost none of them are being able to play together in person unless it's an indie game. You know, Guacamelee, again, is a good example of that. That's a game where you can play with somebody next to you, but you actually can't play online with people. It's just very frustrating that, you know, it's an either or in a lot of cases, and then there are very few cases anymore where you can play a game with your buddy next to you unless it's a fighting game or unless it's an indie game.
Not that fighting games are bad or whatever. I love them. That's like where my co-op like knowledge came from. Like I didn't start. I mean, I sort of started. My dad and I used to play like Duke Nukem and Doom when I was a kid, but like my co-op local like shit talking like gritty nitty gaming was nitty gritty gaming. Whoops.
She says her grit's wrong. Judge her.
And I grew up in the South. How terrible is that? Was all at home, like in front of King of Fighters. Like not even like we played Street Fighter a lot, but for some reason we were like big SNK nerds. So like I kind of miss that. I miss like because it was such a gathering thing. Like when I was 18, I was living in Orlando and like in Florida, and like we would all come together at somebody's house and we would just sit there and play like fighting games, and like we would play like Halo. We would play like the first few Call of Duty and like all kinds of older games that were like you can be right here and we can have drinks and we can hang out and talk together. But like you know, I see the opposite side of that where I met like most of my friends online and like I could actually play with them. But I feel like
an example of that for me is like Bo Vice, who's in one of our moderators. We normally play everything multiplayer because he lives on the other side of the country. When he comes to visit me like during a convention, we can't play anything together but Borderlands. That's all we could play together. Or we played Elder Scrolls while he sat with his laptop and was on Elder Scrolls. It was just like, why do we have to do that? Like, we're in the future. Y'all want to create 3D technology. Y'all want to create virtual worlds and do all this crazy motion shit. And y'all don't think, hey, maybe people who hang out together want to play a game together at the same time? Like, what are your fucking priorities?
Like, I mean, the ultimate, and this may make me sound like a creep, but when I meet somebody online, I become really good friends with them. I want them to eventually visit me
like,
or something.
Come over.
Like, please, like, come over. Like, you know, we've got this, like, ongoing thing with Scott and how I'm going to steal his jacket, but, like, what if he comes over someday? Like, okay, well, I guess for him that's a completely different story because he would play, like, older games. It wouldn't be a big deal. But, like, you know, if I had, like, a friend come over from, like, New York where, like, most of my friends are now back home, like, I wouldn't have much to do with them unless we played, like, an older game. And it kind of sucks because, like, there are so many games now that I really love. And I feel like this is one of those spots where it's just like, why not both?
Yeah. Because, and I really like co-op games. Like, I've always played fighting games my whole life. I grew up with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Switched mostly to Mortal Kombat, so I played very little Street Fighter, except on my Game Boy. Played that shit all the time. I still get the noises stuck in my head sometimes from my Game Boy. And Tekken, of course. As soon as Tekken came out, I've had every single Tekken. But it's kind of hard to have friends over and play a fighting game if they're not big into fighting games.
Yeah,
like you can't have a casual friend come over and play fighting games with them because they'll play like 2 or 3 rounds and then they're like, okay, we're done. You know, especially if one friend is winning more than the other. So it's kind of hard. And like, I guess if I got a group of people and we kind of did round robins, but I've actually ruined parties before, like coming over and playing Tekken because I win all the fucking rounds and then everyone's salty and they're like, this isn't fun anymore. And you're like, you're right, it's not fun. You know, it'd be fun co-op. There's nothing I love more than shooting somebody with my best friend at my side. I know that sounds horrible, but there's nothing like, we got each other's back, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker in the head, yeah, look at that headshot.
This is how you train for the apocalypse.
Right, like it feels good. And
cooperative playing, so that you could shoot zombies together.
Right,
like,
and
we gotta be ready. You know?
Why can't I do that with somebody over at my house? Do you know how much I want to play Mass Effect 3's multiplayer with somebody, like, around? Like, could you imagine me and Catrina getting to play that together?
Oh, it'd be amazing.
And that's the other problem is with the online one, too, is that you need to have the same systems as your friend. I have Borderlands on my PC, my PS3, and my Xbox 360 just so I can play with different people. The fuck? Yeah, if they came to my house...
Wouldn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter with Borderlands anyway. But that's an example. They don't live anywhere near me.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I just, I hope that, like, as we grow as a community and as, like, you know, as gaming grows and as it develops more, because there's still so much growing up to do within gaming.
Oh, the Warp Zone is here.
What?
Which one of you called me sassy? I'm not sassy.
Hey, she's the sassy one. I'm the adorable and sweet one, as you can see. I'm totally...
I'm a little sassy.
You're a lot sassy, actually.
Your mom. Is your mom sassy? My mom's pretty sassy.
My mom is actually not very sassy.
My mom is sassy, but she's British, so she's like low-key sassy. She's like passive-aggressive sassy.
Oh,
like
British,
you have to rile her
British
up before
sassy
she'll
is
get
pretty
sassy
passive
with
aggressive.
you.
Like oh my god, it's so funny just the amount of times I've been called a damn American at my new job. I work with a lot of Europeans, and it's just like you gotta take it in stride and stuff. But it's just like, oh my god, you're so passive aggressive. Calm down.
And I was
It's all good. It's just soccer, guys.
I was in,
it's just football.
I actually, as soon as you said that, I thought about, I was in our my normal pizza place, and I was actually like, oh, I wish Kat was here, because they had the World Cup on, and out the woodwork, there were all these accents just suddenly in that pizza place. And Yami's, we never see anyone in Yami's Pizza.
Yeah, what?
This place was full of people from Spain, from Netherlands, everybody had an accent. Spanish people, Indian people, all just shit-talking each other. It was hilarious when Chile won, though. Because the one who was talking... The one who was talking about Spain the most was like, well, they're going to have a very relaxing weekend, you know, they're going to be able to have fun, it's okay. He was like really hurt, and he was trying to like make the best of it.
My only comment on this year of the World Cup is like, it's a really weird Twilight Zone-y upset year. Like, Spain has got home, England has got home.
Sorry to interrupt. He said, which one do you think it is? I'll give you a hint, the sexy one. So yes, I'm going to say Davis. Okay, who went home?
Okay, hi Davis.
You could get it.
Spain went home.
Spain
went home. England went home. I've never seen you, Davis. I'm sorry. I can't make any judgments right now. So all the big guys are just going away. Like, watching, like, I mean, you know, you don't expect people like Japan to, like, go all the way through. But, like, they've been bombing. I mean, it's been a really weird year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't watch a lot of soccer. You know, I call it soccer, not football. I'm an American scum. I used to my granddad because he's British, so I had to stay in his house and I had to watch it all.
You had to call it football. That's the rule.
Right, and I call it football, and I had to watch all the fucking games. But even the commentators were like, had these puzzled tones in their voices, and they were just like, well, you know, they're and finally one of them was just like, they're just not playing well. They're not doing well, are they? And he was just like, you could just hear him being like, what is my life?
It's a Twilight Zone of football games, guys. But yeah, okay, back to like video games. I'm a big football fan. Like,
I'm a big normal football fan.
I know nothing about
Football
American football.
Americano.
All I know is that I can go to somebody's house and get really drunk while it's on. So,
just look at the
A+ Americano. Okay, wait, one more comment. There was my friend Yazzie.
I said, look at the butts, it'll come, and you didn't say that's what she said, or phrasing.
You're
not my friend. Who are you? What have you done, Katrina?
I'm sorry, I'm out of it. I'm still recovering. E3 was really crazy.
What are you recovering
I'm
from?
still recovering from E3. Okay, the E3 parties, changing the subject back to gaming, the E3 parties were bananas.
There was a 3D one. We handed 3D goggles out.
Yeah, the Ouija party. Oh god, there were 3D goggles and there were like giant costume characters that like scared the living shit out of me.
It was pretty cray. You felt like you were on drugs when you went in.
Seriously, and it's just like, do I want to drink tonight? Like, is this gonna be a good idea? Of course I drank. Like, of course I did. And it was really nice. You know, I really like those parties because, especially this year, I didn't get to go to E3 as much, and like, it's the one chance I get to like see people from like Snail Games and like the East Coast developers that come out, and it's just like, wow, my gaming friends are here. So I got to like reconnect with them, have some drinks, you know, talk about what was coming up this year. I got to talk to Mike and Chase from Twitch, which they're really nice guys.
Oh, Twitch was the best part.
Twitch was the most incredible.
Yeah.
It was honestly like aesthetically, like everything about Twitch was great,
very nice.
Great
I would
party.
say my only complaint
really
with
well
that
done.
party and every other party is DJs mixing good songs that we all like with EDM beats that not everyone knows. Because, you know, if you're like, okay, I'm going to play this song because everybody knows it, it's like, just play that song. Everybody knows it. You don't need to make it all EDM and weird so that half the crowd does not know how to dance to it anymore. Like, we all know how to run to crisscross. We know how to dance to crisscross and make you jump, right? For example, you know your dance for that. So imagine that mixed into like, what do you do? What do you do? Do you dance your normal dance? Do you do no dance? Do you look at the white people around you and just try to make it work?
That was also one of my favorite things about E3 parties is going up to the second floor and looking down and looking at everyone being so confused.
I look down. I see see this long-haired man get on top of the center stand where he's clearly not supposed to be. I see some long hair, but I can't see his face. There's smoke. There's fog everywhere. And I'm like, that's my goddamn friend Kyle. The girl next to me was like, you can't tell who that is from here. Like, I know that's Kyle. Anyway, I eventually got down there. It was Kyle. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Kyle Gatto. Hey, your sexy hair.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, E3 was a really, like, for every downfall, there were like 10 upsides to E3, you know. And I'm really excited now that we're finally moving into the games part of gaming and not the console wars part anymore. Also, for people who are still children like me, and I mean that in the best way possible,
girl.
Omega, Ruby, and Sapphire, you're a creep. Oh man, I'm like having a heart attack. Like, I thought Pokemon X and Y was great. I thought it should have been longer. I thought there should have been like DLC, like extra quests and stuff, now that we're in that age and era. But yeah, Omega, Ruby, and Sapphire look fucking incredible. Holy shit. I can't wait. Like, this is the stuff I was dreaming of when, like, they originally made the games, and I was like, I can see this in 3D in my head, and then it's like, oh, now I get to do it and play with it, and it's awesome, and there are mega evolutions, and it's so great. And, oh, you know what? Speaking of Pokemon, what?
I have nothing to contribute to the conversation of Pokemon.
On the hashtag Rebel Base, I asked people, what they thought Aquaman. I've been asking people like a billion things about Aquaman because I think it's hilarious.
Aquaman, yay!
I asked people what they thought Aquaman's Pokemon team would be. So I'm gonna read it off. I don't think there are that many people who actually replied because I don't know. Let's see. That's right, Brian Hansen. I hope you're in this week, not missing Rebel Base. Somebody, Raymond Chin, Yellow Sanchez says Team All Magikarp. There were other people who replied to me. What's wrong with you, Twitter Mobile? Someone had also said that he would just shove sharks into Pokeballs and throw them at people.
Ow! Ow! It's so shark. Ow! Why'd you hit me in the head with that?
What are you doing? Why would you do that?
I like how no one's giving the really obvious answers they could have given. Instead, they're just like, left field. Fuck it, this is Rebel Base we're talking to. We ain't gonna say Squirtle. No.
None of that.
No.
Gyarados.
No Blastoise.
None of that.
No Dragonair.
Like, he would not ride in on a Gyarados.
He would ride in on a Dragonair.
5 Magikarp that you would sail in on a jet ski. Hold it! You're polluting the ocean!
I wish I could draw. I would draw this for you right now.
I don't want it to be drawn.
Oh.
I would love jet ski Magikarp Aquaman fighting for the ocean. I would really like that.
So we have a few funny questions that I don't get.
Okay.
John, a.k.a. Mr. Dark Icarus, said, Katrina, while you unroll socks, I'll eat shrimps. And then your father responded, cat of shrimpers online. I don't really know what that was about.
Was I talking about shrimp?
I don't know.
I don't remember talking about shrimp.
You didn't.
What happened in the chat room?
I don't know. And then Jump by House of Pain is better than Crisscross. I agree with you. That song is better than Crisscross Will Make You Jump. We ain't gonna hold that. We're not gonna take that from that man. It's true.
No, I agree.
Omega Emerald to get the fuck out, so John has to leave. Arbery says he could never get into most turn-based games. You know, the only turn-based game I've ever liked growing up was Legend of Dragoon.
You know what? I'm going to admit something that might get me kicked out of gaming.
No.
I don't like Final Fantasy VII.
No, what?
I don't like it. And I hate Final Fantasy VIII.
I don't love Final Fantasy, but damn, girl, 7.
I had a problem with 7. I just had a problem with everything that happened. I still can't get over it.
Yeah.
It really upsets me. There needed to be 100% more Yuffie, by the way. Just heads up, 100% more Ninja.
100% more Ninja. That is our next hashtag. That's what we should have called this podcast. Can somebody write that down? Should have called this podcast 100% more Ninja.
Completely. We're changing this completely. This podcast is now over. We're going to start a new one. It's called 100% more Ninja.
We're never coming back. I got to write this down. 100% more Ninja.
We may or may not really change this. We're serious, guys. So, we talked about co-op. We talked about Aquaman. I kind of want to talk about comic book movies just a little bit more, or comic books in general just a little bit more. The Wicked and the Divine by Kieran Gillen. Not Karen, but Kieran.
Kieran. I have no idea
and Jamie McKelvey, who's one of my favorite comic artists. They just released that this week. Please go pick it up. It is a fantastic, like neo-punk, like fantasy, like gang mashup comic, and it's honestly
So
it's about like
Akira?
it's pretty much like Akira. Yeah, it's pretty much Akira. And also shout out to Player Piano.
Oh yeah, that was really fun. I got to go behind the scenes. They're filming. They used to be called Cosplay Piano.
Mm-hmm.
They're now called Player Piano, and they were filming their first music video, which will be released during Anime Expo.
Mm-hmm.
My computer just turned back on, so I'm like, oh shit, is
Here's
everything going
back
wrong?
Podcast is over.
Podcast is over. Gotta go.
It's over. Let's get out of here.
It's time to pack up, take your little suitcase and leave.
I'm out.
So that was really cool because there was a makeup lady there, and she's like, I've never seen Akira, but they told me to paint people like clowns. Going at it. It was hilarious.
It's awesome. That's amazing.
And the actual musicians were mind-blowing.
So as a huge fan of Akira, I'm really excited to see it. I've always loved it. Like, Kaneda was like my first boyfriend, which really tells you a lot about my taste in men, honestly.
I like Tetsuo.
Oh, okay. She's way worse.
I have a pattern. I like Scar. I like the devil from Legend. I like Jafar.
See, I just like him edgy. You like him like fucking angry.
I like evil, angry men. Yeah,
dude. Did you see that?
That's why I'm single, because I'm like, get your ass beat every day, or just look at Jafar.
Yeah. Did you see that new the Disney Channel movie that's coming out called Descendants?
No.
It is about. Oh man, I'm gonna pull up this photo for you while I explain it to you guys. Please go ahead and Google Descendants, Disney. It is about the descendants of Disney characters, and it looks fucking terrible. Let me tell you, if you guys look up this freaking
John, stop spoiling Final Fantasy VIII.
Don't stop that. It's bad. Oh my god, but Kristen Chenoweth is gonna be in it. That completely changes everything.
This changes.
Hold on. No, actually it doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm really mad.
Guys, I've eaten too many of these and I really regret it now.
She really I mean, that's all on you.
I think I've had 30.
So basically, it's gonna be about like all of the kids.
How you doing?
I know, right? The kids of Disney characters are in this show, and they all live on an island that they've been exiled to. It's like what Britain did to like Australia, like thousands
like
of years
Gilligan.
ago. So they're all these freaking kids, and look, their costumes are like fucking horrendous. This is Jafar's son. Jafar's son. I don't know what the hell's going on there. That he is played by Boo Boo Stewart.
I was just about to say, is this Boo Boo Stewart?
Yes.
If Boo Boo Stewart was 5 years older, that motherfucker I'll be banging him every night.
It has the son of Jafar, the son of Cruella de Vil, the daughter
Why
of
does
the
girl
evil
look like
queen,
a white Rihanna?
the daughter of the evil queen from Snow White, and the daughter of Maleficent, who is now being Maleficent is now being played by Kristen Chenoweth, who was the good fairy, or not Elphaba, but the other one in Wicked.
She was called the Good Witch.
The Good Witch.
Did she have a real name?
She had a real name. Galinda. Yay.
I'm like,
so yeah, these kids look fucking stupid.
Hey, Halloween Town looked fucking stupid and ended up being amazing, okay? You can't judge them by their crazy clothes.
So basically these kids are exiled, and then the kid of Beauty and the Beast, he's like the king of the land or some shit, and he's just like, let's give these kids a second chance. And that's like apparently the plot of the movie. It's just like, this guy's like, yeah, let's just let all these like murderous children back into our land, even though we apparently live in like modern day New York or some shit.
How did Jafar have a child?
Yeah, just like,
is that
who
Jasmine
spawned
baby?
with these people? I don't know.
It was me. I'm the mom. I'm the baby mother.
She's everybody's baby mama.
I'm all the baby mamas. I will make Jafar my Sims right now and have Boo Boo Stewart. I thought Boo Boo Stewart was Warpath in I had no idea who Boo Boo Stewart was until I saw.
That's because you're a racist and all Native Americans look the same to
No.
you.
I've never. The other movie that he was in was like Twilight, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Twilights.
No.
So I had no idea who he
was
until I saw X-Men, and he plays Warpath, and I saw Warpath. I was like, who the fuck is that? He's sexy as hell. And so after I got out the movie,
I didn't know it was him.
After I got out the movie theater, I Googled it because I'm like, that man's sexy. Is that a sexy Native American? Or was he Asian? I couldn't even tell because he had his little black mark over his eyes. But oh, woo! And then I saw he's like 20, maybe 19.
He's a baby.
I was like,
he's a little baby.
I saw him without the hair and the makeup, and I felt like a woman who had robbed a cradle. I felt horrible.
Boo Boo Stewart is a little baby. But yeah, so that came up on
Tweets to take out from today.
That came up on my news queue this week. And I felt like sharing that with you guys just because you really need to like Google the image of the cast. It's something to behold. And here I am shit talking it. Watch it be like the best thing that's ever happened to Disney Channel. Like
right, like we don't.
So
that's
gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
like, look at that fucking the asshole
like,
Katrina.
If you just looked at a picture of Halloween Town, right? Like imagine those characters. You're like, this is a dumb idea. This is not gonna be cool. But I watch all 3 Halloween Towns. I'm like, I'm down. Just keep taking me back to Halloween Town. This is amazing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We can't judge yet.
Fair enough.
Why does it say the subject of the week is pride?
Because you were talking about pride. And you were like, we should talk about pride.
And then you were just YOLO'd. You were like, we're actually going to talk about co-op.
You were the one who also said we're going to talk about
Why didn't you make that note in here?
Because you said it as we were sitting down.
I don't believe you.
Yes.
No, I think this is a lie. I remember sitting there eating a bean burrito when I told you this.
Okay, whatever.
Also, so we're at the random thoughts section of the day.
Right.
The night.
The evening.
So my random thought is I just read No More Mutants.
Oh yeah, really good.
Actually didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Really?
No.
Why?
It felt like nothing in it mattered. Nothing in it, everything in it felt like what's the word when there's something that specifically happens to help progress a story instead of because it makes sense or is
Deus Ex Machina?
I feel it's something like that. Like it's one of those words where it's like Phoenix appearing, basically. That for me, that was just like I won't get into all that happens, but it was just like oh well, that was convenient.
Yeah.
Like it didn't wrap up the story as satisfactorily to me as it could have, and it made the story feel a lot quicker. So I wasn't really down for that. But then again, I don't read the big 2 very often. I mostly stay in Dark Horse realm where we have like kind of long sweeping story arcs in a lot of the comics. So yeah, so to me, I was not very happy because I'm like, oh my god, Wolverine and Mystique's son, like this is gonna give me wonderful dreams of joy. And
he was actually a giant baby.
Yeah, he was a big baby. He was an interesting
baby.
character. He didn't really seem to have real reasons and motivations. Like even his mom at the end was just like, you just have a death wish.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's literally how she reacted.
Yeah.
I do love that they drew her with some jacked arms though. I enjoyed that part. Mystique looked like she'd punch the shit out of you.
More Mohawk Storm. It's always a good thing.
I do. My only problem with Mohawk Storm, why is her hair like light, fluffy, white people hair?
Yeah.
It always has been, but it always bothers me.
I assume the way I picture it is that it's like very like, you know how like when you get like a baby kitten and they have really wiry hair? I feel like she's always got static going through her. So, like, I kind of picture... But then, at the same time, you know, like, she would probably still have, like, textured hair.
Right, and, like, it's always just, like, woo, I'm, like, real long, curvy hair. And I'm like, that's weird to me, but whatever. I'm still happy she has a mohawk. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Yeah.
What is your random thought of the week?
My random thought of the week is, how the fuck is DC gonna catch up with Marvel, honestly, with the cinematic thing? Like, I know I talked about it earlier, but it's just, like, the way they're putting it together is so... awkward and strange. Like well, first off, it came out of nowhere. It was just like, hey guys, we know the World Cup is starting, but like we decided we're just gonna let this leak. It leaked through this chick Nikki Fink, and Kevin Smith totally confirmed that it's real. He's like, yeah, that chick wasn't telling a lie, blah blah blah. That's my Kevin Smith.
That chick wasn't telling a lie.
That's my Kevin Smith impressions.
Great job.
I tried to talk as laid back and like whatever as I could. Didn't work out probably. But yeah,
like you had to stick up your butt.
Hey, that chick's totally right. Yeah. Whatever. I love that guy. He's great. But yeah, no, I'm honestly, I'm like baffled. Like they're gonna introduce Shazam, and it's gonna be so interesting to see like what happens. Like all of the rumors are like, Batman versus Superman is gonna be a big thing. Lex Luthor is apparently going to have like blonde surfer dude looks, and he's also Jesse Eisenberg. So I don't know how that's gonna work. And he's like the like worst part of like Silicon Valley culture. So he's just playing himself from Facebook.
I was about to say Facebook.
He's just the Facebook guy again, and he's also like
Facebook guy again. It's just a Facebook guy. The fuck is this?
Except this time he steals cakes.
Oh, that's motherfucker.
40 cakes.
At least he's not giving away superhero drugs to young Superboy.
Maybe later. Who knows what the hell they're gonna do from here? But yeah, so they're gonna. This is gonna be new. Like in that one movie, we're gonna have Batman, Superman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, possibly Aquaman, and possibly The Flash. And they're about to launch the Flash TV series, so this may be a completely different Flash from the one that's going to be in the series. So we might see, like, Wally instead of Barry, and, like, I'm, like, freaking out because I don't know where they're going to go with this. And they're recasting a new Green Lantern. Like, you know, Ryan Reynolds is not coming back as Hal, so they might not even have, like, Hal in it. This might be John. It might be Kyle.
I hope it's John. I would really like Green Lantern to be John.
I think John would work because he's like the straight man, but he's also, because he's teaming up with the Flash, and the Flash is, like, very comedic, very, like, classically, like, kind of arrogant and, like, yeah, let's go for it. And John is like, hold on, let's actually use our brains. So I really hope it's John. I really hope Idris Elba plays him.
Oh my god.
That's just me typecasting, though, because I think of, like...
Well, they have the same haircut. That's
they look
like
exactly the same.
They're
the same human.
Yeah, they have the exact same haircut. Like, Idris Elba probably goes to his barber. He's like, give me the Green Lantern.
Give me the Jon Stewart.
Give me set it up.
So there's that. There's, like, the way they're putting together the Wonder Woman universe. Like, who knows what kind of storyline they're gonna go with her. And if they don't sell her in those first two movies as a character that can hold something on her own, and, like, if she's not the person that, like, people come out of those movies talking about, like, I'm really worried about.
No, I think this is a fair concern for you to have. I mean, they've done it in the past. They've been able to say, oh, there's no interest in this. I mean, shit, we have to have a whole freaking social media firestorm to get Princess Leia to have an action figure. This is the world we live in right now. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Is that a flying ant in my lamp? I'm gonna kill myself when the podcast is over, so I don't have to be in here with that flying ant.
Well,
but I'm gonna finish this podcast, but then I'm gonna kill myself. And oh, look at you fly! Get your ass back in the lamp. Anyway, you know, I totally agree with you. And I think that it is worrisome because as we discussed in the last podcast, I don't have a lot of faith in how they're going to play her character.
Not at all.
And if they do play her as a love interest, it's going to be really difficult, I think, for anyone to care about an action movie focused on her. It's going to feel like it's probably going to be a love movie, which is so stupid.
And I really hope it's not, because Amy Adams is coming back as Lois, and she was actually one of my favorite parts of Man of Steel. I really liked her.
So All Games Network video, I believe this is Derek, said it won't be John. They already had one black guy for Cyborg, and big movies have a one black person rule. Otherwise, it's another movie. You are totally correct.
You are completely right.
I know.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that works. It's like, oh, there's too many black people in this movie. This movie's for black people.
Whoa.
It's like white people will immediately write it off. Like, this is a black person movie. And it's like...
But then it's just like, but then you have Age of Ultron, and there are going to be at least 2 black people in it.
How many of those black people are going to have black skin?
There are going to be 2 black people in it. No, 3. There's going to be Nick Fury, Falcon, and then Robert Downey Jr.'s friend.
Iron Patriot.
Iron Patriot. All 3 of them are going to be there. 3 black men are going to be in this movie.
Well, that's exciting.
That is highly exciting.
It is. I was about to say, wait, you talk about whoever's playing a monster dressed
No,
up as a green, because that's usually
like,
what it is. Like, I'm an elf. I'm a green person. I'm purple.
No.
I'm Piccolo.
Oh, and Martian Manhunter is rumored to be in the Justice League as well.
Green.
Which at the same time, the guy
he is the black.
green.
He's the black guy. He's like Piccolo.
So this is Marvel going, like, they're gonna have at least like 3 women, at least 3 black dudes. Who knows if they might, like, throw in a black woman, like, God.
Yeah. Could Rocket just come? Let her come.
Please.
Let Rocket be in there.
Just let her do the thing. And then, you know,
Can
like,
Pepper's
coming back, Jane Foster's coming back, like, all these people are gonna be in it. This is gonna be a huge
I wish
cast.
somebody would gift that. Sorry. All these people!
How do I hold all of these Age of Ultron characters?
Where are my action figures now?
This is like, when I was a kid, I had a Barbie house, and I had a bunch of action figures and a bunch of Beanie Babies, and I had like 50 of them. All right there, and it would be like freaking Iron Man would be here, my like Beanie Baby Fox would be over there. They'd be like fighting each other. They'd all be in this house.
I can't make fun of you because I'm gonna tell you. Did I ever tell you how my Barbies were structured?
No.
So my Barbies were divided into 5 kingdoms: the kingdom of water, the kingdom of earth, the kingdom of fire, the kingdom of air, and the kingdom of gold.
Hearts. Oh, okay.
The kingdom of gold was ruled by Princess Jasmine. I had 4 other Princess Jasmines, so it was mostly populated by Princess Jasmines. White people with blonde hair and blue eyes were slaves who could win their way free through gladiator battles. And if they lost, they were fed to my cat Jasmine, who would nibble their toes off. And I stamped them with a slave mark, a Lisa Frank slave mark on their backs to mark them as slaves. But one of them impressed the queen of Earth Kingdom so much that he married her. That was my Phoebus, or Phobos from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
That Barbie doll, he got to marry her and became king, and it was a real big scandal. Because they're like, you married a slave, you crazy bitch. Anyway, so they would have wars all the time. They would ride their mighty steeds into battle and kill each other. And there were these evil pedophiles who were the strawberry shortcake villains, were like evil pedophiles in my world that I was constantly having to rescue children from. I look back, and I'm like, I've been the same person my entire life.
It all makes sense now.
I was like a 6-year-old girl, still just like this. Like, I'm gonna rule this kingdom. I'm gonna call my dragon and fly away right now. Woohoo!
Everything is better with dragons.
Always.
Everything.
Yes.
Even like animated
It is
movies.
known,
It
Khaleesi.
is like, exactly. Gosh, also Game of Thrones ended.
Wow, wait, hang on a second. Don Cheadle is a great Iron Patriot, much better than the guy in the first film. You don't know his name? Why are you laughing? I'm trying to give this man a very serious face. I'm upset with you.
She's really upset with you.
Look at my angry face. Okay, we're gonna go back to what we were doing.
But yeah, so it's gonna be like Age of Ultron. RDJ has already said he's done filming, which is kind of interesting because it seems like Iron Man is gonna exit the movie pretty early. And
He's
it's
like, guys,
also,
I'm still dealing with a lot of things, so I'm just gonna let Pepper handle this.
Pepper's gonna be Iron Man now. Bye.
Rescue! Rescue me from this blurring bullshit. I gotta go.
He's got like a Pepper whistle.
I got an appointment with my psychiatrist. I'm a holla. I mean, let me know. Like, text me if you need anything.
By psychiatrist, we mean he's gonna be like hiding under the desk in the lab he shares with Bruce.
Just
Like, I don't want to be out
Bruce
there.
isn't gonna be hiding. Bruce is gonna be like, man, get your bitch ass out from under that desk.
I'm the goddamn Hulk.
God, the goddamn Hulk. Juggernaut ain't got no power steering.
Yeah, oh, okay, so let me run through these points. Mark Ruffalo says there's gonna be more science bros, which I'm sure the ladies of Tumblr will be. He's like all about it too. He's like,
I love how these Marvel actors are like really into Tumblr and like appeasing their fans, and like they take like a great joy out of it. I think it's kind of cool.
Did you see what the time he reblogged? He reblogged this fans post that says like petition for every time like Scarlett Johansson gets a sexist question for the Avengers Age of Ultron, the Chris's take it instead, and he's like, you have my signature. And it's just like, so I really hope they do it.
Yeah.
Like, that'll be hilarious. But I forgot where I was going with this. Yeah, there's like so much coming out of the woodworks. But okay, Iron Man. Iron Man exiting is actually pretty canonical to the comics because the like second phase of the Avengers was Quicksilver, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and then Captain America babysitting all of them.
Guys.
So, guys, stop fighting.
I really hope they like have the West Coast Avengers at some point, just like being like a phone call, like they call the West Coast, they're like, you're fired, you're really bad at your job, and them all just like angrily like packing up their shit and leaving. Because that was such a sad little storyline.
That was hilarious. And Black Widow is gonna be like supercharged this movie. They're like giving her new weapons that are like, they're supposed to be like electric and Tron-like in ability, and she's getting like a new suit to kind of like up like her game. They're like kind of giving her like superpowers.
Just kidding. That doesn't mean it's time for the podcast to end. Do. Time the podcast ends. Sorry.
God,
okay, let's final thoughts, and then we're gonna do our quick picks for the week.
Yes. Final thoughts. I'm very excited for the new Age of Ultron movie, which is coming out next May.
Oh my gosh!
Holy shit!
Need it. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is
Guardians
coming out even sooner.
Next month. Not next month. August 1st. Which also I'm really excited about it. Like the new UK trailer looks like a lot of fun. You get to see more of Rocket and that guy from all the romance movies voicing him. More Chris Pratt, which is never a bad thing.
Channing Tatum? Is that
No. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper voices
I have
Rocket.
heard of this man.
Yes, he's the man with the guy in the thing. And he's the one who like
he ain't been in a movie with a dragon lately.
No, he hasn't. He really is not. So I'm excited for that. Guardians of the Galaxy looks like it's gonna be really fun, especially for such a risky movie for Marvel to take.
Oh yeah, like fucking raccoons and shit.
Yeah, like here's a fucking team that we only started in 2006.
And a tree Pokemon.
I am Groot. So that's gonna be really fun. I'm excited for comic book movies over the next year, and I'm very terrified of DC.
Your eyelashes are very nice.
Thank you.
I was like, are they fake? You know, there are women that pay for that.
No.
I'm at a good angle to look at her eyelashes. Okay.
I also put on like a lot of mascara.
I was about to say, is that what you do when people compliment your eyelashes? You're like, look at them harder. Look closer.
Look at my eyelashes.
While we're talking about looking, can you look at Bailey looking really angry?
Why does he look so upset?
I think he's
He
mad.
was just napping too.
I think he's mad that we're loud.
Oh, well, whatever.
And that we didn't share any worms with him. So we're going to move on. That's called My Quick Picks and Her Do the Thing.
Do the thing.
My quick pick for the week is Amy Dallen's video on LGBT, the history of LGBT characters in comics. I really like the video. The video is so extensive that she had to cut it into 2 parts, and it could have been a 3rd part. Is my cat in frame? No, he's not. Ha.
No, not yet.
Oh. Yep.
Oh.
Damn cats.
Bailey, don't be shy.
Yeah, God damn it, Bailey, no. Bailey's about to end this podcast himself. He's like, Mama, you've been on the fucking phone too long.
He's going to break the desk.
He's like, no, it's 9 o'clock. Get the fuck off. Anyway, but she talks about the full history. She talks for a really long time, but it's interesting. It's all like really useful information. And then there's a part 2 to the video. And if you harass her enough, I bet she could do a part 3. But I thought that was really important, especially given it's Pride Month. You know, she also links to Neil and Becca's video where they talk about the history of Pride Month, which is also very interesting. So yep, that is my chick pick of the week.
My chick pick, or my do the thing. Do this thing. Check out my new job. I am now the channel manager of superhero movies at moviepilot.com, which is why I was able to talk so extensively about those this week, especially because of the big breaking news over the past 2 weeks with DC. But moviepilot.com is a primarily fan-run community where we invite contributors and writers of all sorts to kind of like up their writing chops. It reminds me a lot of this.
Up your chops.
Up yo chops. Join
That's
Movie
the
Pilot.
name of my other podcast. Up your chops with Sarah the Rebel.
100% more ninja. So yeah, if you love movies or you love TV or you love comics or you love like gory horror flicks, this is the place for you to come and just write about what you love and interact with a bunch of other people. We have this great community that's like, I'm like blown away every day when I look at the comments on something where like 90% of the arguments are more about like the accuracy of like comics to movies than anti-feminist stuff. Like if somebody says like, oh, I don't think Black Widow is a feminist character, you'll have dudes going like, I don't know, I guess not, but blah 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 blah, and I think that she's really good, like a good role model for women because blah blah blah, and then they have like full discussions and don't call each other names in them, which is a big thing.
It's interesting that you bring that up because Derek also said everyone else in the Avengers has armor, shields, and hammers. Black Widow gets skin-tight leather. That's what she gets for showing up late to pick your suit day. And then Piper Squid said she's so OP she only needs black leather. And then Derek said blah blah blah. Are you talking about us blah blah blah? Because fuck you, Derek. Is that a picture of the vehicle Voltron behind you? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that was a really good. That was great.
Yes,
Black Widow is just fucking OP. Like she doesn't. What I liked about her character, even though she was the sole female member of the team, was that she could keep up. She fought the fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
She fought the fucking Hulk
as a human, like
as
no
a human,
superpowers,
no superpowers,
no magical shield,
just being really fast and
hammer.
smart. Like she's great, and like she has this like Hawkeye, her
she
live-in boyfriend.
She should have a magical sniper rifle.
She's
like given to her,
like,
given to her by like a god.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or like Zeus leans down and turns his lightning bolt into a sniper rifle and is like, my child, you have been like a daughter to me. And she's like, ooh, about to snipe you bitches. Like I was when I was playing the Destiny Alpha and I ended up with a sniper rifle. You should have heard me. I was like having little mini orgasms.
And I'm really excited. And it's a great job getting back to that. I'm really enjoying it. We're going to be introducing video content soon. So if you're a vlogger or if you have like a podcast, like come on board. Like free to join, free to contribute. I may or may not edit your shit if your entire article contains the word fuck over and over again, but we don't get a lot of those. The community is really nice. They're really thoughtful people, and I couldn't have asked for like a better job to fall into. So check it out, moviepilot.com.
And that's how you get a job in America.
Yeah.
You fall.
Oops.
You just gotta let go. You just gotta fall.
No!
Trust fall. Did you see the picture of the whale in the boat where the whale yelled, trust fall?
Oh my goodness.
I wish more whales would trust fall boats.
Me
Anyway,
too.
guys, thanks so much. Sorry we went a
Thank
little over.
you.
That's probably gonna be always our theme.
Yeah.
Cat, no!
Oh
No!
God!
It's an airplane! Do it! Oh! Star Trek! Star Trek! Oh!
Alright, shimmy.
This is our life now. Hope you'll tune in 2 weeks from now.
Sorry, Bailey's butt mic knocked this over. He's directly
Bailey
behind
has
the
decided
camera.
this is the camera that he wanted, not the camera we deserve. Be sure to tune. Oh, I gotta get this away from before he gets the fur in my damn worms. Be sure to tune in. Not next Friday. Friday after next Friday. Make sure you're following my Twitch so you get the alert when I go live. Make sure you're following.
Oh shit!
both
I
of us
don't know
on
if
Twitter.
it'll be next Friday because we might be at Jareth's masquerade. Well,
We may
tune
have
into
a
our
delay.
Twitters. We may have a delay or a reschedule. Just keep on the Rebel Base hashtag.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on the hashtag Rebel Base.
Follow us.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm Katrina on Twitter.
I was pinching you. The worst pitch noise ever. You sound like a lost llama.
Yeah, I'm Katrina on Twitter, and you're
I'm motherfucking Sarah the Rebel.
Sarah the Rebel on Twitter. Follow us if you're not already doing so. And thank you for tuning in to Rebel Base. Let's keep the conversation going on the hashtag. I'll be there talking about Aquaman's butt. Hello.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.